This is the Arc60 from Vertex Studio. I've seen a lot of the reviews and I don't want this video to be just another unboxing / build / typing test video because there are plenty of those already available. But I still wanted to take a look because I am seriously blown away at what this board means moving forward for the hobby. But before we do, who is Vertex Studio? There isn't a lot of info on them, but according to the Geekhack interest check page from their first board design, the Angle TKL, they're a Chinese design team partnering with ClickClack.io, who is a New Jersey-based vendor who's been around since early 2021 and have introduced the Western market to a lot of cool stuff that's being done in the Chinese keyboard scene. As far as I can tell, the Arc60 is Vertex Studio's second keyboard design, and it's pretty clear that they've spent a lot of thought on the board itself, which checks all the boxes for the current keyboard meta. It's a gasket-mounted 3-piece 60% with the ability to run plateless out of the box, an optional foam kit that includes plate, case, and PE foam, and it's under $300 with 2 PCBs included. Now, it's definitely not as flexy as some of the boards that have been released lately, and there are no flex cuts on the PCBs and minimal flex cuts on the plate. But I for one prefer the cleaner sound profile that happens as a result. Take a listen to the first build, which uses no foams on the alu plate and hotswap PCB with SOTC switches. Keycaps are GMK Posh. Here we go. When I was talking to Tom from ClickClack.io about the board, he told me that Vertex Studio recommends no foams in the build, and after building it myself, I can totally see why. This board has zero hollowness despite its relatively light weight, which comes in at roughly 2.5 pounds. One thing to note about the hotswap PCB was that it only supports Sangan or 7U layout bottom row. I'm pretty partial to the 6.25U wing key layout, so I wanted to see if the solder PCB could be mil-maxed and still run plateless builds. Don't try this at home, boys and girls. So I didn't solder in the mil-max sockets just in case my experiment ended up being a colossal failure, but I was actually pretty surprised by the result. While there is quite a bit of wobble if you check for it, in actual typing it didn't seem to make too much of a difference, and only 2 keys fell out during the shake test, which is way better than I would have expected. Another thing to note is that I usually install the gaskets onto the board, but because this board has the ability to swap between plateless and plate configs, you're going to want to install the gaskets on the plate and the PCB respectively. I didn't figure this out until after I'd already put the first build together, and it made aligning the gaskets much harder than it needed to be. Overall, the Arc60 is amazing, not only because of what you're getting for the money, but what it signifies. The quality and flexibility that you're getting for $275 is seriously mind-boggling, because for all intents and purposes, this feels like it should be a $500 board. All of the quality of life touches that Vertex Studio has added, like the PCB alignment pins and the screw holding down the JST connector, which I've been complaining about in pretty much every keyboard review I've ever done, as well as the innovative 3-piece design to swap between plate and plateless builds, work together to elevate and simplify the overall build experience. Comparing it to another well-received 60%, the GeonWorks Frog Mini, The bare bones kit without any PCB added will run you $265. And after adding the cost of 2 PCBs, you're at $342 and you can't run the Frog Mini plateless due to its tadpole mounting system. With boards like this running in stock, it'll be interesting to see where the mid to high tier market goes in 2023, but I for one am super excited to see where we end up. You can pick yours up at clickclack.io, and they're already almost sold out of round 2 at the time of publishing this video, so I'd check their Discord server for updates. Check out some more keyboard content here. I'm MakerMods, and I'll catch you in the next video.